Hey guys, what is going on? My name is Yin, and in this video I want to compare the Apple Pencil versus the Logitech Crayon. Today I will be using the 3rd generation iPad Air to conduct these tests. If you guys want me to make an iPad buying guide video, let me know in the comments. And I know what you're thinking, this is the 1st generation Apple Pencil, it's not the 2nd generation with all the cool stuff. But the reason I decided to use the 1st gen Apple Pencil in this comparison is simply because it makes more financial sense for high school, college, graduate students alike to save some money but still have that functionality. The Apple Pencil is compatible with most of the modern iPads with a Lightning port, but not with the newest iPad Pros. And trust me, I have definitely tried connecting the 1st gen Apple Pencil to one of the new iPad Pros. It does not work. Only the 2nd gen Apple Pencil is compatible. It can be charged through the USB-C port, but it won't pair. But the Logitech Crayon is compatible with both old and new iPads. I'll leave a list of compatible iPads for both of these devices in the description, so you can make sure your iPad supports these devices. Personally, one of the annoying things I found with the Apple Pencil is how it recharges if you want to charge it on the go, and that's just plugging it directly into the bottom of the iPad, and that's how you initially pair it to the iPad through Bluetooth, and you have to keep track of that stupid little cap. Now the Logitech Crayon doesn't actually use Bluetooth to pair. I'm not quite sure how it pairs. Maybe it is Bluetooth, but you can literally turn off the Bluetooth setting and still use the Crayon. So I'm not exactly sure how that works, but it's pretty cool. It also has a nice little rubber cap over the Lightning port, so you just plug in the same cable you would for the iPad or for your phone. But take note, you cannot use it while it is plugged in. Now with the Apple Pencil, if you use the included dongle, it is possible to recharge it with a Lightning cable, but you still can't use it while it's plugged in. Now both of these devices have the same type of navigation controls. You can use them to swipe, tap, and hold on objects in iOS, just like you would with your finger. However, you cannot use gestures that you would normally use, like going home, like exiting an app, or swiping down in Notification Center. And as a little side note, the Apple Pencil does roll quite easily, whereas the Logitech Crayon does not. So the app I'm going to be writing in today is called GoodNotes 5. This is not sponsored or anything. I bought this with my own money. It's a note app that I personally enjoy. But as soon as you open any sort of writing or notes app, these devices have very good palm rejection on behalf of iPadOS. So if your hand is on the iPad while you're writing, it's not going to write where your hand is. It's only going to detect the pencil or the crayon. Now something I personally enjoy doing on the iPads is making storyboards for my YouTube videos. That way I can kind of visualize where I want the video to go from beginning to end. Now personally, based on my use alone, writing with these devices feel very natural and very fast. This latency that you're seeing on the screen now is really not that noticeable when you're actually using it. iPadOS 13 did wonders for Apple Pencil latency, and I bet the next iPadOS 14 will be even better. The only thing that would speed this up as of right now is having an iPad Pro with a ProMotion display. And in that case, the Logitech Crayon would feel faster simply because of the iPad display, but it's not the pen's fault itself. Now, while the Logitech Crayon can write just fine, the main differentiator between it and the Apple Pencil is that the Apple Pencil has pressure sensitivity. So for example, here, if I write very lightly on the iPad, you can see that the pencil tool that I'm using in this app is faded like a real piece of paper would be if you wrote lightly. The Logitech Crayon will not do this. So while both devices can detect what angle you're holding it at, only the Apple Pencil can detect how hard you're pressing in on the iPad. So even if you wrote or drew very lightly with the Logitech Crayon, your brushstrokes will always stay the same darkness because it does not detect pressure. Now in my opinion, this really does not affect how you would take notes, simply because you don't necessarily need that when just writing words. Even if you switch to like a highlighter tool, it will still work pretty much the same as if you didn't have pressure sensitivity. You can still hold the highlighter at an angle to get wider highlights, but even if you had the same brush settings set for both the Apple Pencil and the Crayon, what you write with the Crayon will inevitably be lighter or darker than the pencil, simply because it doesn't detect how hard you're pressing on the display. In other words, it doesn't really affect note takers, but it will affect artists. Because it's mostly when you're drawing something that the depth of your pen tool actually matters. But if you're exclusively going to be writing, then the Logitech Crayon is a perfect fit for you. In fact, I would argue that the Logitech Crayon is just as good as the Apple Pencil when it comes to taking notes. And as a bonus, you don't have to deal with how dumb the design of the Apple Pencil is when it comes to charging or keeping the cap or rolling off the table. And you save some extra money. And no, they do not charge each other. However, if you're a student like me and you don't really draw, all you can do is stick figures, I mean, you can do that with the Logitech Crayon. But I'm interested to know, what do you guys think of the Apple Pencil or Logitech Crayon? Do you think Logitech should make a 2.0 version just like Apple did with their Apple Pencil? Let me know in the comments. But before we go today, let me read some comments from the previous video. Siobhan says, first, you're not wrong. Notification Squad. Hezron says, great video, Yen, loved it. Hopefully we'll see more videos as you make your comeback. Well, that is the plan, as I talked about in my channel update video. I do plan on making more videos on the channel. Yeah, subscribe, you don't want to miss out on that. Omer Adele says, how can I get your wallpaper? Well, typically I post the wallpapers I use on my Twitter, so if you guys want to follow me there, I'll leave a link in the description. Alright, that's it for this one. I'll leave some other videos up here if you're interested. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.